Hello, my name is Thomas Mergel, and today's list is going to be the top 25 black metal albums of 2015. This is the hardest list I have ever put together because this could have easily been a top 50 or more. I took away albums I love, and hopefully to give this top 25, I just wanted to pick the best of the best. I put aside some albums that I really liked. But hopefully these are the top on your list as well. Now, of course, this is all subjective, and you can have your own opinion about what is the best black metal album of this year, but this list is mine, and I'm confident that these are the best black metal albums of this year, or of last year, I should say. Again, this was hard. There are a lot of great black metal bands out there releasing fantastic stuff on a weekly and sometimes daily basis. Sure, it may seem like the genre itself could be a little saturated with too much black metal at times, but amongst doing this metal blog stuff for the past almost 5 years, I've grown to absolutely love this genre. I respect it. It's emotional, it's rebellious, it breaks the rules, and it lights you on fire while flipping you off. And black metal it's not a genre to take lightly, but you can still be in a good mood while listening to this brooding, awful music. Of course, there are some bad apples in the bunch, but for the most part, this basket is fresh and ripe for your consumption. So here is the top 25 black metal albums of 2015. And we're going to be starting this off with Svarta's Wanderer Between the Light and Dark, an independent release. If there was ever a release this year that you needed to listen to, if you're in the mood for some summoning, it would be Svarta's debut release. This epic atmospheric black metal album comes from Egypt, a land of wonder, history, and magic in itself, yet they pull from Tolkien lore here, as well as use some creativity of their own and add to a little melancholy to the mix. It's definitely a great listen. 24 is Zeegard's Totem from Svarga Music, pagan black metal that used massive atmosphere as well as folk instruments and melodies to give us all something truly special. Hailing from the Ukraine, this band uses heathen and Carpathian mythologies and tales that drives home this wondrous sound. Another wonderful atmospheric release and a must listen to. 23 is Forgotten Winter's Vinda, Slow Driver Productions, another great ambient / atmospheric black metal trip for you summoning fans. This genre just keeps growing and growing, and 2015 saw the rise of some great albums and bands, and Forgotten Winter deserves a spot on here for maintaining that epic feeling throughout the listen of the entire album, which is only 5 songs, but the music keeps on moving. They're rather long too, and the quest just keeps on going. Wonderful epic black metal moments found on here, as well as great guitar melodies. Number 22 is Dead Space's The Promise of Oblivion. It's an independent release. The first depressive suicidal black metal band to appear on this list. Dead Space hails from the not-so-cold area of Australia. However, their brand of black metal is chilling to the bone. Incredibly deep songwriting, howling vocals that are emotional, atmosphere is dark and grim, and The Promise of Oblivion is just dreadful no matter which track you choose. Very involved compositions, mix, production, and it's all mixed with raw emotion, and it's just absolutely incredible. Number 21 is Drudk, A Furrow Cut Short, Season of Mist. While I feel like this black metal release, they played it safe a little bit, that doesn't take away from how good the songwriting is. It's so damn catchy, and I loved it from the moment I first heard it. Hailing from the Ukraine, this band showcases how bringing specific melodies and making things catchy can pay off without losing all the black metal status and the cult sound, quote-unquote cult. Number 20 is Enslaved's In Times, Nuclear Blast Records. Enslaved needs no intro, as you should already know about this band. They don't need an intro, I should say. Hailing from Norway, a band that began as straight-up black metal has since evolved into something more... There's something progressive in nature while still engaged in full Nordic lore and mythology. The singing and catchy songwriting on End Times is undeniably fantastic, but don't think that this is some pushover release, as they can still turn out some wicked black metal moments and as well, screams. Hail Enslaved. 19 is Oculus, The Dreaming Eye. Dibamore Morty Productions, aggressive and unholy melodies trapped inside this atmospheric torment of music. The Dreaming Eye is something special in a way that represents itself and how the music is played out. I didn't have a lot of time with this. I actually caught this mid-December, but I felt that it was just incredibly deep and good, and I had to include it on this list. Very powerful stuff. You got to listen to it. Number 18, Leviathan's Scar-Sided, Profound Lore Records. Another band that doesn't really need an introduction. You have heard of Leviathan, a one-man band with a terrifying discography of depressive black metal. However, with Scar-Sided, we see Leviathan more tormented than ever before with music and production that is just one gigantic nightmare. Blending several elements and mastering them within the darkened metal realm, we get a slab of music that is not only truly amazing, but some of the best that this project has ever released. It's a must listen. Number 17, it's MGLA's Exercises in Futility. I know there's a correct way to pronounce that, but I don't have it pulled up right now, and I honestly have forgotten. Northern Heritage Records, one of the most overhyped albums of the year, but definitely well-deserved since it's filled with darkness, melody, and pure black metal mastery. MGLA provided one of the most essential black metal albums of this year, and it's something you just must listen to. If you haven't heard of Exercises in Futility, then I'm going to link it below, so go check it out. Everyone's been ranting and raving about it. At first, I didn't understand why everyone thought it was so good, but I just kept listening to it because I did like it. But then again, eventually the melodies and everything, it's really well put together stuff. Number 16 is Inisum's Arpentinian Lands Dusktone Productions. Very good soundscapes of black ambient and atmosphere coming from this project. Inisum was a late contender, as I didn't even really listen to it until early December, but fell in love with it quickly due to how well written the music and atmosphere is. Truly a musical wonder to behold and experience. Pardon me. Alright, number 15, Marduk, Frontschwein, Century Media Records, a black metal band that you should know by now. I mean, it's Marduk. You've heard of them. They've been around since the 90s. Frontschwein is a fiery return to the older sound of madness, anger, and all-out chaos. Very war-driven and catchy songwriting alongside it. A big-name band creating a big black metal sound. I think they put out a really solid album. There's probably one or two songs on there that's meh, but definitely check them out. I jammed them for months. It's a really good album. Very solid stuff. Number 14, Panopticon's Autumn Eternal, Bind Rune Recordings. This musical act has steadily been raising the bar when it comes to great atmospheric folk black metal. Not only due to the songwriting, but the feeling and overall production has just improved. And they do a really good job on being creative, writing some of the songs, and it can still feel traditional and cold. A wonderful release that I hope you didn't miss. If you did, go listen to it right now. It's a must listen to. Now, I wouldn't say it's really epic black metal, but like I mentioned earlier, atmospheric folk black metal. It's probably the best way to describe them. They do have some folk melodies. It is very atmospheric, and overall, it's just satisfying black metal. Number 13, Valendusk's Homeward Path, Northern Silence Productions, a wildly brilliant atmospheric black metal release from a band hailing from Indonesia. This was one of those sleeper albums for me, as I wasn't really expecting to just quickly become in love or fall in love with what I heard once I pressed play, but I did. And even after countless listens, its charm and warm composition still leave me in awe to this day. Number 12, Obsequies Area of Vernal Tombs, $20 spin. I don't know how to pronounce this band's name, but I'm guessing it's just kind of how it sounds. Obsequies. Medieval without feeling like a damn gimmick, atmosphere without sacrificing melody. This is one of the most satisfying displays of black metal, and at its best, while it displayed how majestic and wonderful it can be with just instrumentation alone, a delightful endeavor indeed. Number 11 is Heathens, Shaped by Aeolian Winds, Fallen Empire Records, a mature debut release of pure black metal inspiration and devotion. Something that sounds so rich, yet maintaining a raw sensibility is rare, and the songwriting holds a dark feeling to it while remaining barbaric and at any given moment. One of the most played black metal albums I had in my possession, and it's still something I can easily pull off or put on and drift away. Wonderful black metal writing is found on this release, and it's an absolute must listen. Now we're going to close off here with the top 10. These are the top 10 black metal albums of 2015. And we have Agris, Devotion for the Devil on Drakar Productions, I should say. This debut release is one of the most important, pure, raw, evil, and cult-driven albums to be released this year. Agris's overall sound is just brimming with blasphemy and Satan worship, while the instrumentation just drives home the epic feeling that the ground is going to open up at any given moment and just unleash hell onto the world. Think of Satanic War Master, but with Gaul from ex-Gorgoroth and Godseed on vocals. Number 9 is Sivajar's Burial Shrouds on avant-garde music. Simply beautiful atmosphere combined with harsh pagan black metal conjuring. This release is enjoyable no matter what your mood you're in or what time of day it is. Just watch it consume your soul as you listen and enjoy the cold while you're at it. Number 8, Macabre Omens, Gods of War at War. Van Records. This is pure Bathory, Viking-era epic black metal heathenism from Greece. This brand of pagan black metal just always makes me feel like I'm about to ride into war with my army of men, weapons at my side. I'm just on my steed, just driving into the combat, the battlefield, and the gods above to guide me to victory. Yes, it's that good. Number 7, Crota, Gunugagap, Gunugagoldir, Gunugag Chaos, Purity Through Fire. I apologize if I butchered that. One of the ultimate pagan folk black metal albums of the year has to be Crota's latest album, Gunugagap, Gunugagoldir, Gunugag Chaos. A magical and just tough journey through raw blackened elements as well as melodic passages that are beyond what most bands are attempting to even pull off. A fantastic album indeed. A must listen, a must own. Get it now. Number 6, Downfall of Nur, Umbros de Borbegia, avant-garde music. A black metal release so engulfed in folklore, paganism, and the roots older than civilization itself. Downfall of Nur delivers a wonderful and unique experience into this genre with its profound usage of wind instruments to build a comfortable atmosphere within its cold and melancholic musical endeavor, I should say. Harsh vocal delivery covers the creative compositions, and Downfall of Nur is guaranteed to get stuck in your head. A blissful experience of epic black metal. Number 5 is Ghost Bath's Moon Lover, Northern Silence Productions. Worshipped by some and torn apart by others, this band is sadly called a copycat of Deaf Heaven most of the time, with the band themselves saying Ghost Bath stole or copied their sound, which I honestly think they can just fuck off. Well, to be honest, Deaf Heaven didn't even create the fucking genre, and Ghost Bath is just genuinely more enjoyable in my book, in my opinion. I also have more personal reasons as to why I enjoy this album so much. It's catchy, it's depressing, uplifting, yet soul-crushing, and its bipolar compositions fit perfectly with my mental state from this past year after suffering a really big loss. Somehow, someway, this album just called to me, and Moon Lover came into my life and just took me apart piece by piece, reassembled me, and it's incredible. From the dreadful melancholic writing to the sorrowful vocal style found within, heck, even the final moments of the album where we can hear some whistling, that gives me goosebumps. I mean, Funeral was good, but Moon Lover is just genius in my book. That's number 5. Number 4, Mr. Ming's Song vir Elds og Ildir, Territor Possessions. Now, what that means in Icelandic is, or that is Icelandic, what that means in English is Songs of Fire and Chaos. Incredibly atmospheric and tormented fiery black metal from Iceland. Something that no one predicted or foresaw, but surely everyone who listened to this couldn't deny that this release was just simply brilliant on all fronts. Songs of Fire and Chaos is a translation of the album title, and it couldn't be more appropriate. That blatantly states what you will be getting, and they bring it 100%. Be prepared for 9 songs that just bring forth pure fire and chaos. Listening to this will challenge you. Its creativity will blow your mind. It'll forever warp your expectations and transform your thoughts as to what is good atmospheric black metal and what it should be. This is definitely a good moment, and I just forgot to mention that this, this is the band's debut release. They definitely raised the bar high with it as well. So Miss Ming was number 4. Number 3, we have Miss Sartham's Isolate independent release, incredibly synth / keyboard heavy ambient black and atmospheric black metal hailing from the Lone Isle of Australia. This album is massive, and this band's debut release spawned one of the coolest sounding black metal albums of the year. Sure, it's very, very light on the black metal front with usage of normal drums and guitars not being as apparent as you would want them to be or as you're used to hearing, but the ambient and atmospheric sections created by Miss Sartham are mind-bending and out of this world and just high-quality stuff. Another space-themed release, but they hit the nail on the head with its atmospheric sounds and writings that would lead you to believe that you are heading into the void, and the isolation that you will feel is endless. I cannot express how much imagination and creativity must have went to this project. It's so damn good. Now, number 2 is Dark Eater's sophomore release. I cannot pronounce this. I'm not going to try. It's in Russian. I cannot read Russian. It's an independent release. When darkness and depression meets with quality musicianship and atmospheric wonder, then you get this debut release from... Oh, I guess it's a debut release, not a sophomore release. Oh, I apologize. From Dark Eater. I cannot express how motivating and inspiring and thought-provoking this release is. The use of synth at moments is some of the best I've heard, even topping Miss Sartham. But then Dark Eater can churn out some wretchedly dark black metal moments as well, and some wildly mournful post-black work that just had me gravitate towards it so easily. Seriously mind-expanding stuff that I still listen to on a regular basis. It's 2016 now. I still listen to it at least once a week. And even after jamming this thing consistently for over a year now, this is just, it's so damn good. Dark Eater is special, it's unique, it's a must listen to. Another fine black metal product from Russia, one of the best countries to produce this kind of wonderful sound. Now, number 1 is Drowning the Lights from the Abyss. Dark Adversary Productions, using the terms holy shit this is amazing or even the best black metal album of the year cannot even come close to what I really want to say about this release. The artwork alone is one of the best cover artworks of 2015, and then you press play and the music just sends you into oblivion. An album, I just absorbed it and I just couldn't let it go, leaving me in a daze for the rest of the year, and I just praise this album for the entirety of 2015. Sure, a lot of great albums came out last year, but once I heard this in early February, almost a year ago exactly, I just became rather addicted to this album and the music coming from the Abyss. This release had everything from unholy black metal workings to absolutely breathtaking atmospheric moments, which just left me in awe each and every time. Songs that still hold interest after multiple listens and are catchy enough at times that get stuck in your head. A little something for every black metal fan can be found on this release, and that is why it's number 1 for me. The back and forth between the hectic and the calm compositions are so seamless and just flow so well that it just helps create a steady flow of great music throughout the whole entire listen. My favorite album of the year by far, and I hope you have listened to this. If not, make it your number 1 priority today. So thank you for watching and or listening. Next Tuesday, I don't know what the list will be. Maybe I'll do Doom albums of 2015. I don't know yet. I wasn't planning on it. Just doing death and black metal. That was my priority because those are my 2 favorite genres. But yeah, I hope you found something interesting within this list. I can't stop listening to this stuff. I gotta focus on 2016, but it's really hard because I'm still enjoying the heck out of last year's stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.